here. This is Winthorpe, and Winthorpe is a Chihuahua. Now, he's a Great Dane that he does not listen very well. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can get your dog to come inside when it doesn't want to come inside. Once he's outside, we're kind of out in the country, and once he's outside, he doesn't want to come back in. Winthorpe, we'll go outside. Come on, buddy. Come on. So I would assign a word, first of all, that means to go inside and a word that means go outside. We have, there we go. Oops. Here we go. Winthorpe. So let's, so we'll call it, do you have an idea for a word that you want to use to go outside? Fresco, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Okay. Winthorpe, here, buddy. So I'm going to show him that I have a treat. And he wants to go outside anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw the treat out there. Nebraska. So anytime you give your dog a treat, you come a little bit closer. Anytime you give your dog a treat, you want to say the command word after the treat goes in their mouth. Now, we're in the country. He's going to go out. We'll see if, I'll undo it so you can actually see him. He's just kind of hanging out right here. Now, what happens typically is the guardians come to the door and they say, Winthorpe, come. And he doesn't want to come. Well, if he doesn't come, then they go and get him. And that becomes a game for him. One of the things I discovered is he's probably under-exercised. So we went over some creative ways of exercising the dog, like throwing treats up and down stairs, chasing the laser, scent games, things along those lines. Exercising properly will help. Now, a lot of us only ask our dog to come inside when it's the end of, it represents the end of fun. He's having a good time outside, yelling at the fox, and I ask him to come inside because I don't want my neighbors to hear it. And he comes inside, closes the door. Well, that was fun. And now when I listen to you, the fun is over. Next time, I'm just not going to listen to you. The fun times will continue. So what we want to do is create a command word to come inside. Now, a lot of my clients, actually a girl that I was dating for a while, had this problem where the dog would not come to inside. It would come right to the front of the door, but wouldn't come inside. So for this, a lot of times what I do, and I'm going to describe it since he's outside and it's cold, I don't want to go out there, and he'll probably come in for me anyways. But what you would do is, let's say that this is the yard. Go walk outside, have some high-value training treats. These are chicken liver. Walk about 20 paces out of your door and be bundled up and just stand there and have the treats and don't ask him to come. Eventually, he's going to kind of, if you ask him to come, well, then by coming or not coming, he can retain some power. By not coming, he stays in the leadership position. So I just go out there, I'm not asking him to come. And as soon as he comes to me, I give him a treat, and I say the word here, which is the word that I recommend the guardians change it to. If you've been using a word for a long time, the dog doesn't respond to it. It's easier sometimes to change it to a new word. So he comes to me, and I say here, give him the treat, goes in the mouth first, then he hears the word here, then I walk back inside. Then I wait a couple minutes, the next time I walk out, and this time I only walk about 18 paces out. First time it was 20. And again, I'm waiting. Well, now he's probably going to come to me a little bit faster. When he comes, I give him the treat and say, here, then I go inside. I'm proving to him that it's not the end of fun time. Coming to David just means come and get a reward. Next time I go 16, 14, and you'll play around with the elements. Sometimes you have to do foot by foot, or sometimes you have to go back to a previous, let's say I go from 15 to 10, and he won't come past 15. Well, then I would go out maybe to 14 and get him to come. And again, don't call him, just wait and reward him when he does it. This is what we call operant conditioning. And eventually it gets to the point where it'd be right at the front door. Now the front door represents coming into the door in the house. Well, that means the end of fun. So we want to come up with a command word that means to come inside. So what do you want to say for the casa or house, palace, penthouse? Casa. All right. Casa. So all I did was basically just tossed a treat inside. Now, for me, I don't have the baggage that his guardians have, so he's listening to me a little bit better than for them. But he'll listen to them just as well as soon as they start enforcing rules and boundaries like we talked about off camera. So again, you might have to go outside a couple times, but don't make a big deal out of it. Don't tell him that we're here. He knows what's going on. He can smell, dogs can smell cancer inside us. He doesn't need me to say, I have a treat here. Winthorpe. It's another way of exercising. I'm just tossing treats and I'm going up and down the stairs. And he goes down and gets them and comes back up. It's a doggy stairmaster. Okay, so the idea is we're building up trust by having a Winthorpe come all the way back up and then gets to come inside. And then when the last final straw is he comes inside and you gotta go over there and get that one, buddy. But he comes inside and hears the word casa. So every time he comes inside, make sure you have a treat and throw the treat and throw it on the wood so he hears it, and then he bounds in and gets it and say the word casa. Never try to grab him and pull him in here because that will reinforce his belief that, yes, there's something wrong about going inside because they're trying to force me to do it. Now, a couple other things. To get a dog to come, you can do a couple things. Well, he's going to go down the stairs here, and I'll show you a couple others. A high-pitched voice and like a high-pitched girl voice, excitedly, will often get a dog to come. Also, dogs are attracted to movement. If you chase them, they think it's a game, and they want to go towards have you chase them. Winthorpe, puppy, puppy, puppy. Here. Crouching down is more enticing for a dog as well. And I said, puppy, puppy, puppy. Good breeders, when they actually breed, when they bring out food for their puppies, will say, puppy, puppy, puppy. He probably had one because you saw he's still responding to it. I've had dogs that they'll respond for 6 or 7 years after that because it's such a formative exercise. Winthorpe. Nebraska. Casa. So what I would do is maybe get about 5 or 10 treats. And like I said, if he won't come up onto the porch, if he's lingering far away, then you'll have to walk out the way I described in the first part of the video. If he comes all the way here, just toss a treat in, let him go get it, and when he does, toss another one out. So get about 10 treats and toss 5 in and 5 out. What we want him to do is practice this motion. Nebraska. And practice coming in and out of the door. And after a while, with enough repetition, it becomes muscle memory or behavior pattern. Casa. Now, to supplement this, I'd also like the family practicing what I call passive training. Anything our dog is doing when we pet it is what we're specifically reinforcing. So if the dog comes to me on his own volition, I didn't ask him to, I didn't entice him, I didn't give him a command, he just came over on his own. He's climbing up on the couch. So if he comes over on his own and I pet him and say the word here every time he comes to me, well, I do this when I'm not asking him to come, I'm not trying to make him come, but when he does it on his own volition, I reward him. And after a while, when I say here just means go to David or the human and get a reward. Winthorpe, here. I also use a hand motion like this, here. And then I can pet him under the chin and say the word here. Avoid saying good here, just say here. Well, this is Winthorpe. I would ask him to sit, but he doesn't sit very well. And these are some tips and tricks you can use if you have a dog that doesn't like to come inside when you call him.